Good morning and welcome as all roads lead to Friday night's greatest greyhound race. Our heats are done and dusted. Some big names put their best feet forward and we have got a lot to get through in today's show as well. Welcome to Thrill of the Chase. Great to have you with us. It is greyhound racing like you have never seen it before. Molly Haynes from Greyhound Racing Victoria, good morning to you. And as we mentioned, a couple of those big names were in superb form on Friday night.
Absolutely. The heats of the Melbourne Cup. It was an absolutely ridiculous night and it's almost like our Christmas time, to tell you the truth. We spoke about, just before the show, our Christmas trees, where they were going up, but a Melbourne Cup night on Friday night is our Christmas anyway. And I just cannot wait for this box draw and I can't wait to see the fluctuations in the market as well.
The best caller in the country, James Vandermart. James, now we wait for the box draw, which isn't too far away. You had the pleasure of calling the heats on Friday night.
Yeah, look, it was a great thrill. A very good morning to all. And look, I really did enjoy calling the heats of the Melbourne Cup. It doesn't get any better than that. And to have, I think, 5 of the best greyhounds in the country make it through to the final, it's just an amazing race. Hardstyle Rico, Tig-Along Tonk, Shimmer Shine, Tommy Shelby, Simon Told Helen. I think they're the standout 5 going into the Melbourne Cup. And great to see Tommy Shelby produce what he had done in WA for so long. So it was just a wonderful night and I can't wait for Friday night.
We'll go through the runners, so every single runner in the lead up to Friday night. The box draw not too far away as well. The all-important box draw. This will give you the best example of how important a box draw is in greyhound racing. That's not too far away. We'll be heading out to Sandown, as you can see, very shortly. Jason Bonington will be there for us for the box draw. Another special edition of Molly's Lounge is not too far away as well. And we'll take a look at the markets for Friday night's TAB Melbourne Cup. But let's jump into the agenda. It's pretty obvious where we're going to start with our agenda for today. And that was everything that we saw from Friday night. It's a very simple scenario, this one, gang. Win and you're in. And we saw some great performances in the heats.
Without a doubt. Look, the heats, it was just, I suppose we got to see the talent of each of these dogs. Early on, we saw these greyhounds. I suppose we needed that star power. Shimmer Shine gave us the star power in the opening heat. Then we had some long odds, and then we went into our stars. So it was a fantastic night.
There's always a little bit of a chat too about that. Having, that only winners get through. But look, I think when you look at the field that's assembled, it is such a good lineup and the champions find a way. And there has always been that chat that potentially it should be heats and semis because it gives more greyhounds a chance to get through to the final. But when you look at it this way, like you saw the way Simon Told Helen raced. He pushed through, he squeezed through in the early part. The champions know how to make the big races and that's exactly what happened.
Well, let's have a look at the times, James. As you mentioned, they are all important. Here's how they look after the heats. And Hardstyle Rico running a really, really smart time. This is a greyhound that's in great form at the moment, Molly. We're going to go through these runners individually, but the form dogs, as we can see from the times, were running good times.
Absolutely. Look, Hardstyle Rico just loves it from out wide. He held his line so well, and I just love seeing him in the pink, to tell you the truth. And Tig-Along Tonk, he was superb in the shootout and phenomenal in his heat. And I think he deserves to be, I suppose, the fastest performer heading into this Melbourne Cup.
Look, it's extraordinary when you look at that. A length or so, a length and a half between the top 5 making it through to the final. And even down the back straight, there was only a length and a half between just about, 5 of the 8 runners. So it is shaping up to be a race for the ages.
And we'll get to it very, very shortly. The Bold Treese will also be part of our coverage on Friday night. And the field assembled for this one, well, we were talking before we started this morning. It does feel like a hard race to get a full read on how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I think so, Molly. I think it is. Look, Houdini Boy, the fact he's had such a limited preparation, he was brilliant again. He probably didn't stay at the 7:15 as strong as some were expecting, but I just said to Molly off air a moment ago before we went live that, with the limited preparation that he's had, 90% of greyhounds probably wouldn't even contest a heat, let alone come out and win and dominate the way he did. He's an excitement machine, Houdini Boy.
He sure is. And look, what I'm finding interesting as well, a fair few of these greyhounds hadn't been over 700 or had very limited preparation. We saw Sweet as M, who was so impressive in her heat, but this greyhound hadn't been over the 700-metre distance in nearly 2 years, so about 20 months. So it's incredible. I know she's had her injury woes, but at the same time, you're just waiting to see how these greyhounds are going to back up the next start over 700.
There was a huge rap on Sweet as M as well before she, had that first go up the 700 that she was going to be the next big thing. It didn't turn out, but on Friday night just gone, she was absolutely awesome.
Well, we'll take a look at Sweet as M in a moment. Here's heat number 2 from Friday night, and this is the Houdini Boy race. And well, from a Houdini Boy perspective, found a little bit of early trouble, James, but steadied after that.
Yeah, look, he's just all class, and when he lobbed just up to second placing here, it was probably game, set, match at that point. But look at the way he accelerates through that middle part, and with the sprint factor that he has, he's going to show a lot more speed in these staying races, and I think that's the key, Molly.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think he's going to be a come from behind stayer. I think he probably is going to find the front, and I'm going to enjoy watching him over the staying distance for hopefully a long time to come.
I honestly think this greyhound could break the Sandown track record.
Do you really?
He was only 5 or so lengths away from it at his first go at the track and distance. We all know that limited preparation. He's got plenty in the locker, and I think that's why he has opened up around $1.80 for the final, because of the scope, because of the upside going in.
Sweet as M, as you mentioned, in another of the heats from Friday night as well. This greyhound was coming up against Tornado Tears, who last week on the show was one of our buzz greyhounds, but Sweet as M controlled the race, really.
Yeah, she sure did. It was her race to lose, really, as soon as she jumped in front. She's naturally strong. She's also owned by Noel Mugovan, who's Jonathan Brown's uncle. So all the way from Warrnambool, this greyhound was based, and she's in the care of Brendan Purcell, who himself has had some very nice stayers in his time as well.
And then the other heat, which I was really interested to get a gut feel from this particular heat how it would play out. Well, Blazing Cartier, which again is another one of these honest greyhounds, Molly, that we know is always going to be around the mark. Left it late, but got the job done by about that much on the line.
Absolutely. Look, Robbie Britton was, I believe, quietly confident heading into this heat with Blazing Cartier. I think she does perform better at Sandown than she does at the Meadows. In saying that, it was a phenomenal performance on Friday night. I also really liked the run of Manila Knight too from box number 8. This is a greyhound who's got the 650-metre track record at Shepparton, and Mario Briganti did say after the last that this greyhound probably did lose a couple of lengths being in the kennel that much longer, because the first 2 Bold Trees heats were, I believe, races 1 and 2, and then the third Bold Trees was race 11. So there is that extra time in the kennel, and it's always good to cater for that, because I think the Bold Trees is race number 5, I want to say, on Friday night. So earlier race may help Manila Knight.
Well, now that we've got our field assembled and we've seen the box draw, we can't wait for that on Friday night as part of our coverage. We'll be out there and we'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. Let's head now to the analyser. James is ready to go, and in particular, James, there was one heat that you really want to expand on.
Yeah, look, I was that excited about the analyser. I actually left the desk a little bit early today. I'm just that excited about this analyser, this edition. And what we're taking a look at is the victory of Shimmer Shine, the early part of the race from Shimmer Shine in his respective heat of the Melbourne Cup. So we'll bring that up. He jumped from box number 3. Here he goes. He just wanted to veer a little bit to the inside, a little bit to the outside. It all happened so quick at that speed. When we slow it down, we see Shimmer Shine come across, have a little bump into the 2, comes out to the 4, then he gets the clear air, takes off. But here is the super slow-mo head-on, which I love. We see him come in, contact the 2, come out to the outside, have that brush with the 4. Now, I reckon in that little bit of a bumping duel, he's probably lost half a length or so. He balances up, but what I like is that point there, cuts back to the rails, storms away. He went 5:04, 18:60, 29:19 thereabouts. He's a superstar. If he draws the inside box, I'm tipping he'll be favourite for the Melbourne Cup.
Well, the box draw is not too far away, James. Well done on the analyser. I looked around and he was just gone. I thought, where's he gone? But now we know he was at the plasma. He was that excited to get it stuck into it. The box draw not too far away. Molly's Lounge not too far away as well. Stick with us. It's Thrill of the Chase. Welcome back to Thrill of the Chase. Fantastic to have your company this morning. We are just moments away from the box draw for the 2020 Melbourne Cup. How are we feeling about this, gang? We nervous?
Oh, look, it's huge. It is absolutely huge. As I said, there are 5 genuine chances. The market could be turned completely upside down after this box draw. That's how important it is.
I have to agree with you. I literally was about to say on our ad break how nervous I am for this box draw. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm just waiting in anticipation. I can only imagine what the connections there at Sandown Park are feeling.
Well, before we get to the box room, we'll go to Sandown in just a moment. Let's check in with Trent Langscale at the TAB just to see what the market looks like now, and then it will also help paint the picture for later on after the box draw, how significant the market change will be. Trent, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Jack. And as you've touched on along with Molly and James, it is imperative this box draw for the TAB Melbourne Cup. We did put up a market after the heats took place on Friday night. A bit of guesswork because you just don't know what's going to happen with this particular box draw. But we have Tigalong Tonk, just a favourite currently at $3.50. Shimmer Shine, magnificent again on Friday night at $3.60. Hardstyle Rico at $4.40. Simon Told Helen actually went up $5 on Friday night. Bit of money there at $4.60. Tommy Shelby at $5. They are the main 5 for the TAB Melbourne Cup, but that market will be turned on its head with this upcoming box draw.
Most certainly will be, Trent. Thank you very much. We'll let you go away and get all of your ducks in a row, and we'll come back to you a little bit later on. The time has come. Let's get out to Sandown Park. Jason Bonington is there for us this morning. And Bon, good morning to you. We are now ready for the all-important box draw for the Melbourne Cup.
Yes, thank you very much, Jack. Can't wait to get stuck into this. It's the world's greatest greyhound race. It'll be staged right here at Sandown on Friday night. You're in your warm studio there, but this is where the action really happens. I'm only here as eye candy. I brought along the big gun, former analyst extraordinaire, broadcaster, triple threat, Jason Adams. I came in and said to you, who will you be tipping before the draw? You said it's too hard, mate. I can't commit.
It's too hard. I mean, after the 8 terrific heats that we saw on Friday night, if you asked anyone around the country who they thought's going to win the race come this Friday, they would have said, I've got no idea. It's all in the box draw. So important this next 10 minutes that we've got.
You remind me of my old mate Blake Red. No firm opinion on anything. No firm...
We need the facts,
Bonners.
We need the facts, so we're going to get those in the next 10 minutes.
We'll get the facts very soon, but we've got the connections to my left, and I just want to be very clear. It's a bit of a process here. We've got to get it right. We don't want any debacles. So when you come up, the trophy's there. We'll call out the name from the Chief Steward from Greyhound Racing Victoria, Paul Searle, to my left. Grab your trophy. Don't put the trophy down. Take it with you. It's yours. Keep it. Own it. Show us the number first up on the bottom of the trophy, then turn around and show the camera, then come over to Jason. He'll drill you with one very difficult question about whether you think you can win the Melbourne Cup on Friday night right here at Sandown. And also, I should mention, community clubs are getting involved. So as soon as Paul reads the name, if you, Jace, could let everyone know what that's about and which community club will be represented by which greyhound.
That we will, of course. There was 64 local clubs around the state that were picked out for allocated a runner in all the heats on Friday night, and of course there's 8 of them advanced to the final. So we'll touch on who are they coming up.
Without further ado, let's get stuck into the box draw for the 2020 Melbourne Cup. It's the world's greatest greyhound race. Chief Steward from Greyhound Racing Victoria, Paul Searle, doing his Marianne Van Dorsler impression there. He's just flicking the barrel. The first greyhound out for this big race on Friday night. $435,000 is the pre-post favourite, Tiggerlong Tonk. And Corey Grenfell, this is his first Melbourne Cup runner. If you'd like to come across, Corey, and grab yourself a trophy and follow all those instructions that I gave you a moment ago. First to us, box 8 for Tiggerlong Tonk, and we can see that with the camera now. Come across and have a quick word with Jason Adams about Tiggerlong Tonk. The smile on your face says it all, I think.
Corey, he's come up with some awkward box draws in big finals in the past. 8, good or bad?
Not the best. No, we wanted the rail, but no, he does good racing from the 8, so just clean run and hope for the best.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There's Corey Grenfell. And when I said smile, it wasn't a happy smile. It was one of those smiles like, you got to be tricking me. Paul Searle, next greyhound out.
Zipping Sullivan.
Zipping Sullivan, one of the roughies, Deb Coleman, to come up. Qualified. I don't know how it won, Jace. It just kept on kicking and kicking down the straight.
Oh,
Like to show the
Deb
camera.
hasn't seen this yet. Box number 1.
Box number 1, Jace, Deb, enjoy yourselves.
Debbie was stunned that he won his heat on Friday night. You've now drawn box 1 in the final. Does this bring him right into play?
Rob's last words to me was when I left home, just draw the 1. We're happy to be there. We didn't think we'd get here, but the 1, what can you say?
We can see how much it means. So get back to Rob, tell him you've done the right job. Congratulations. Good luck on Friday.
He says I never do the right job, so. All right, thanks.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
I'll tell you what, if there's tears now, what happens if the dog wins on Friday night? Extraordinary stuff. The community clubs that have been represented by Tiggerlong Tonk and also Zipping Sullivan.
So far, Tiggerlong Tonk with the Rosedale Kelmini
Tommy
Cricket Club.
Shelby.
We then had, Zipping Sullivan with the Anarchy Football Club.
And Tommy Shelby's the next
Tommy
out.
Shelby next up is Steve Withers.
Steve Withers, he's come all the way across from WA for this. He wants to be here. Show the camera, Steve. Box 6.
Box 6, Steve. Probably not ideal, but it depends on what happens around you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a great race. There's great dogs in there, so any box could be great for you, any box could be bad. So just see where everybody else draws around and hope we get it right on the night.
Any special requests before today from the big team in WA?
Yeah, could Simon Told Helen get box 5 now?
See what happens.
Thanks.
Good luck, Steve.
There's Steve Withers. I'm told Steve will celebrate pretty good. I'm told he knows his form extremely well. So he'll be going through that, and then he'll celebrate pretty hard, as will everyone, if the icon from the West, Tommy Shelby, can win on Friday night, world's greatest greyhound race.
Simon told Helen.
Well, Steve, keep an eye out. Here comes Simon told Helen. Here's Dave Burnett. He looks to be wearing a politics shirt. It's quite a garish. I don't mind it, though. It's one that I would wear. Box 2. Come across and have a quick chat with Jess, Dave.
David, in the past, you've said if you don't have 1, 8's better off. 2, how does that fit with you at the moment?
Happy as with the way the box draw's gone at the moment. So yeah, just again happy to be in the race, and hopefully it all goes to plan in the first 100 metres.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
He's won 4 Group 1s, including the Harrison Dawson right here at Sandown, and hopefully the big one, the biggest of all, the Melbourne Cup on Friday night for Dave Burnett and the most popular greyhound in the country, Simon told Helen.
Lucy's Milo.
Lucy's Milo, Team Daly again, finally jumped, pinged the lids on Friday night in the heat and was able to get the job done. Very hard horse to beat when she leads. Show the
Box
camera,
4
please.
for Lucy's Milo.
Box 4.
And here's Bob Cummings representing Team Daly. And Bob, it's such a great operation, are they? That they've had some good success in the Melbourne Cup in the past, and no surprise to see them with 2 runners in this year's edition.
Not at all, not at all. No, they should go really well.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
There's Bob Cummings, of course. His main play today is Shimmer Shine Bonners, where he's a co-owner and co-breeder along with David Gleeson.
Lucy's Milo going to be one of the outsiders there, but it has drawn box 4 for the Melbourne Cup on Friday night right here at Sandown.
Hard style Rico.
Hard style Rico. Here comes Lucky Karabatsakos. He spent last night catching snapper. He got a 6 kilo snapper. He's an excited man. He's having a look around. Remember to show the camera, Lucky. Box 5. He's wiped the eyebrow. I don't think he's overly thrilled. Jace, find out, please.
Lucky, I know you wanted box 8. Is 5 good enough?
Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Happy with that.
He's pulled up okay out of the Friday.
Fantastic, mate. All good.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Reminds me of that Simpsons episode. I'm a man of few words. Any questions from Lucky Karabatsakos? But Hardstyle Rico, we know from the Silver Bullet and what he did in the heat last weekend that when he's on song, he can beat anybody. Paul Searle, next greyhound out for the Melbourne Cup.
Shimmer Shine.
Shimmer Shine. I think Dave Gleeson's going to pop up potentially for Shimmer Shine. This would have been my pre-post selection, but you've got to do your job now. Show the camera, please, Dave. That's box 7. That's probably not great. Jace, have a quick chat with Dave.
David, I know you're thrilled to be in a race like this. You're outside of Tommy Shelby, inside of Tigalong Tonk. How does that sit with you?
Oh, it's okay. It's what it is. You know, we can't change the situation, and the dog was fit and he's raring to go, so we just hope for the best.
Top Gun winner, a Melbourne Cup would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be handy.
Good luck.
Good on you, thanks.
Yeah, I think everyone thought Shimmer Shine would be, would have won several Group 1s by now. Finally got the big one on the board, the Top Gun. Can he add the Melbourne Cup on Friday night? I don't think box 7's made it any easier.
Tough Tears.
Tough Tears is the, I think we're going to know what Tough Tears is. Tim Britton going to come up now, and I think he knows. He's worked it out. Process of elimination. Box 3, show the camera. Come and have a quick chat with Jace.
Tim, the Melbourne Cup has been a race that's eluded the family for some time. Do you think Tough Tears from box 3 is any chance of claiming it?
It's gonna be a challenge for him. He's lucky enough to be in the race, but he races above his ability each week. So, who knows? Hopefully some trouble.
Best of luck, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there's the box draw. And we should mention the first and second reserves for the Melbourne Cup, Arizona Eyes and Short Pork. We hope nothing goes wrong with the 8 finalists, but as things are, what are your original thoughts? Who are you tipping on top now? You can't sit on the fence for too much longer and say, I need 3 hours to go through the replays. Who do you think?
I'll have Simon Told Helen on top. I just think he's drawn pretty well. We know when he gets down to that winning post the first time, he wants to get down to the rail, so he'll have room to accelerate, and he will be who I'll have on top.
Simon Told Helen, he's the most popular greyhound in the country, but all the draws are now out for what is going to be a magnificent race. It's the biggest of the big, the world's greatest greyhound race. A big thanks to Paul Searle, the Chief Steward from Greyhound Racing Victoria, and all of the connections for coming up, particularly Lucky for his wonderful wise words, really articulate stuff, and thank you very much to you, Jace.
My pleasure. Looking forward to Friday, Bonners. It's the world's greatest race, and what a stunning field we've got.
We'll head back to the studio now. You guys try and analyse it. Jason Adams has put his neck on the line, but I've got a funny feeling the panel in there in the studio is going to be overwhelming support now for Simon Told Helen.
I think you'll be absolutely spot on, Bond. Thank you very much, and a big thanks to Jason Adams as well, and for everyone's involvement this morning at Sandown Park. We're going to go through runner by runner and we'll take a look at the market very shortly. But at first glance, it does look like a very good draw for Simon Told Helen.
It's perfect. It's exciting. Look, he's drawn. He's clearly the winner of the box draw. And look, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go from, was around $4.60 when we went to air, right down to low $2. $2 to $2.50 is where I'd shape him from box number 2, especially because the big guns have drawn awkwardly as well. Shimmer Shine out there in 7. Tigalong Tonk's okay, box number 8. Shimmer Shine will cut across, and the other runner drawing out in box 6, Tommy Shelby. So look, clearly the winner from the box draw is Simon Told Helen. Not of the race, but the winner of the box draw.
See, I have full confidence in Simon Told Helen now. As soon as he drew box 2, I just think it's his race to lose, and I have to agree. I know Corey Grenfell doesn't necessarily agree that Tigalong Tonk can work the outside box, but I don't hate him from out wide either.
I agree.
And I do think Shimmer Shine is just going to help him out there as well.
We'll go through the Melbourne Cup runner by runner on the other side of this. Trent Langscale from the TAB will join us as well, and we'll take a look at the market now that we've got our box draw. You're watching Thrill of the Chase. Thanks for your company this morning on Thrill of the Chase as we lead up to Friday night's Melbourne Cup, the world's greatest greyhound race. And we now have our box draw and we now know which greyhounds are jumping out of which box. The all-important box draw, and it's thrown up some really, really good results. Here's a recap, and we spoke about Simon Told Helen before the break, the big winner. Unfortunately, with every box draw, there has to be a couple of losers as well, those who didn't draw as well as they would have liked.
Yeah, look, and I think you can just plainly look at it and go, well, the inside 4 boxes is generally the place to be in a Melbourne Cup, and Simon Told Helen's drawn 2. His 4 biggest contenders haven't drawn the inside 4, none of them. They've drawn 5, 6, 7, 8. So of the box draw, he's clearly the winner. He's clearly now the greyhound to beat come Friday night. Look, I just can't wait to see what the market does, because sometimes you can feel like he's going to be $2, $2.50, and then he might come out at $3.50 or $4. But look, I would be highly surprised if he was in excess of $2.50.
Trent Langscale from the TAB is out there at the moment with his abacus. He's working away on his numbers, and he'll get back to us very shortly with that market. Let's go through the runners by each individual form of analysis. We start here, Molly, with Hardstyle Rico, the silver bullet winner. Unfortunately, Lucky Karabitsakos wanted box 8. Couldn't find that, found box 5 instead.
Yeah, it was, look, there's not much more you can say about that. I think, unfortunately, he's a greyhound that is just suited to out wide. He loves the space, and we saw that. He was just perfection from box 8. He was fast as well, and I just think he's probably going to cause a bit of trouble for Tommy Shelby, but he's a fast dog, no one can doubt that.
Oh, he's 100% fast, and that silver bullet win was just a statement that he's back at his brilliant best. He's never been one that can consistently split ridiculously quick, and he only went 5.05 in the heat. He had the card across, as we see there. Gladioli Bar went hard for the inside, which gave him that space. Look, he's not out of the Melbourne Cup, 100%. He's a huge chance to still win the race. And look, I would argue that he's drawn okay because he's drawn underneath of Tigalong Tonk. I don't think he could get around a greyhound like that. Simon Told Helen leads. Hardstyle Rico almost ran him down in the maturity. So he's drawn under 3 of the big contenders in the race, which I think could end up being a plus.
Tigalong Tonk, one of my absolute favourite greyhounds. As I said last week on the show, you just always know what you're going to get with Corey Grenfell's greyhound. Has drawn box number 8, and after winning the shootout earlier in the month, was super impressive in his heat performance on Friday.
Yeah, look, I don't think we could knock the dog. And one thing I like about his draw, if you have a look at the run last week and you have a look at the head-on footage, he actually wanted to push up the track in the run to the first corner. So, look, I know it's hard to win from wide draws, especially at Sandown, especially in a Melbourne Cup. But, Molly, I don't mind him from box number 8.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I'm right behind you there. He was super in his heat, and I think even Corey Grenfell was surprised and obviously happy with this performance. But funnily enough, he's actually, like I mentioned, he's a fast greyhound, but this is the 3rd time Tigalong Tonk has gone 29.14 or faster, and the only other greyhounds to do that more than is Fernando Bale 5 times and Hooked on Scotch 3 times. So there's some big names that he's up against. He's a fast animal, and I can't wait to see what
that
he does.
Shootout win too was huge.
Exactly.
Time was electric. If he does that, he could win.
Shimmer Shine, very, very impressive. We spoke about Shimmer Shine's run earlier on the ANALYSER. One in the Top Gun, wins again, jumping out of box number 7. What does that do for one of Team Daly's runners?
I think it makes it really hard for Shimmer Shine. The ANALYSER was all about him drawing an inside box. Unfortunately, he's come up with box number 7. But look, he ripped away from them here. He proved in the Top Gun that he's definitely up to this class. It's just a matter as to box number 7 if he gets a clear run.
Absolutely. I also really like Shimmer Shine first up on a track though, and it just seems in series, the second start, it just doesn't seem to go as well as he does in the heats. I know it's a different level of talent, but look, I think he deserves a win, a group win. He got his group win in the Top Gun, and I think from box number 7 is going to be hard, but I couldn't discount him either.
And then there's the wizard from the West, Tommy Shelby, who's got more Instagram followers than most of us all combined, has become a greyhound that has really got an entire state behind him at the moment. Hard in the mouth stuff on Friday night early on, but has drawn box number 6 for Friday night.
Yeah, look, it's not an easy trap to try and win a Melbourne Cup from. So often we see the inside boxes are dominating. But look, it was a step in the right direction for him last start. Stephen Withers flew over to handle him in the heat of the Melbourne Cup. And look, his run was good. He got behind Run Baba Run. He looked the winner a long way out. He sprinted away, but it was just great, Molly, to see him do what he'd done for so long in WA. And also at Wentworth Park, he'd raced really well, but he just hadn't been able to shine here in Melbourne, but he did in the Melbourne Cup heat.
See, I'm going to one-up you. I think his run was great. He pushed through. He pushed through some impressive dogs too.
Typical West Australian.
Yeah, typical. No, not just saying that being biased, but his run, when he pushed through, he almost didn't deserve to get through how he did on that first corner. Can he be the first WA greyhound to win a Melbourne Cup? Who knows?
There's that old little bit of WA allegiance that we can just never quite get out of Molly Haynes. Simon told Helen we spoke about the box draw and how much this superstar benefits from it. Look at that record from 41 starts, 24 wins. The official margin on Friday night, James, was about 5.5. There was a point there where Simon told Helen could have won by 12.
Well, that's just what he does. He breaks them up. He stretches them out through the early part. He went 5.05, but he copped that little squeeze and then he accelerated. He went 18.55 down the back. I would argue that if he can time the start, he could probably go right on 5 seconds to the first peg, sub 18.50 down the back and probably 29, let's say 29.10, 29.15. If he does that, he's clearly the runner to beat.
Drawn perfectly for me in box number 2. He had all sorts of pressure around him from box 4 in the heats last week, and what I also love, his we know the story behind him with Dr. Simon and his wife Helen. Well, it's their wedding anniversary as well, like we heard in our feature story last week. So what a way to spend your wedding anniversary, a possible Melbourne Cup winner.
And add to that, last year we had the special on Anthony as a party in the lead up to the Melbourne Cup. He won the Melbourne Cup. This year the feature story was on Simon Told Helen. I think he now wins the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a warning this show that we just generally get in early and we tell you who's going to win. Let's get back to Sandown now. Jason Bonington rejoins us with a very special guest. Bon?
Thanks very much, Jack. And there it is. That's what they're racing for right here at Sandown on Friday night. It's the Melbourne Cup. Dave Burnett wants to be drinking out of it on Friday night. You're pacing around like an expected father here. You're a ball of nerves, Dave, but everything's gone well, hasn't it? Box 2, you must be a happy man.
Yeah, again, when the pink-red went early and then the red went second, and I said, oh, gee, there's the 2 boxes I wanted, but again, to take the 2, I'm happy with the 2.
I mean, he's done such a magnificent job. 4 Group 1s, won the Harrison Dawson here this year already. He's won the Maturity not too long ago at the Meadows. He's a star. He just has to get out at his absolute best. Everyone's saying he leads. He can probably go 5 flat the first split, but it's not that easy. He's still got to do it.
Again, he's got to come out with them, not give them that length or 2 early this week, and if he can do that, then he'll acquit himself well on that first corner, and the pace coming down the outside, then he'll be able to scoot clear of that, hopefully, so, yeah.
And the key from there, as long as he holds his own, track position. Keep him wide and then use that exhilarating mid-race pace. I mean, there's no greyhound in the country, I think, that has his mid-race pace. If he can use that, I think you'll be smiling halfway through the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, again, we were looking at the box draw over the last couple of days, and we just felt that we needed, it didn't matter what box, as long as we were inside of the pace dogs of Tigalong Tonk and Shimmer Shine, and make them get around us is what the main thing was, because I didn't know whether we can get around them. So the box draw's fallen to plan, and just hopefully we can get a clean run into the corner.
I reckon I've been here since the word go. I was on the scene at the Great Chase all that time ago, David. Feels like I've done articles on you, I've done interviews. Do I get a small snip of the 435 large if you win?
You'll get
$100.
You'll get a free drink out of it, I'm sure.
And how will you celebrate? I know it's a difficult time, but it's getting a little bit easier as we go along. How will you celebrate if that's in your hot little hands on Friday night?
Well, I think the Premier of Victoria's got the control of that at the moment. He's going to make announcements today, and hopefully he allows the crowds to come, more than 100 people. I hope the owners can get here and enjoy it, and certainly celebrate it. And the owners have got big plans, and they want to fly in on a helicopter on Sunday morning, so it could on Friday night. So again, it could be a big night out.
Sounds like it could be a big night out. I think he's going to start favourite. Exactly what price, we don't know. Dave, magnificent job. Try and get some sleep. I'm not a heavy sedative, maybe just a Panadol, just to keep yourself, all those nerves in check for the next few days. Best of luck with Untitled Chapter. You know you're going to have a whole nation behind you on Friday night, mate. Best of luck in the Melbourne Cup.
No worries. Thank you very much, and good luck to all the rest of the runners.
There he is. If he can step up from that politics shirt on Friday night, and I'll let you know whether he does, be an extraordinary effort. The whole country would be celebrating if the most popular dog in the country, Untitled Chapter, wins on Friday night. We'll be crossing our fingers.
They certainly will be, Bond. Thank you very much. I think Bond's angling for a politics sponsorship too, by the way, which I don't blame him. Why not? Let's get to the other runners in this race as well. We start with Lucy's Milo for another one for Team Daly. One of the big surprises of Friday night.
Yeah, look, it was a 20-1 shot, second winner for Team Daly. They were dominating the start of the Melbourne Cup heats. Look, he just used the inside draw, completely different from box number 4 in the final.
Absolutely. Look, he went left as well, even despite having box 1. So, look, I think it's going to be certainly really hard for him. He's one of the outsiders, but great job to get through.
You can see there, Lucy's Milo really found its way late and dashed to the line, and that sort of threw a few surprises, no doubt about that. Zipping Sullivan is also in for Friday night. Emotional, we saw Deb Coleman at the box draw as well, out of box 1.
Look, after the race, after the heat win, she was really emotional as well. It obviously means a lot to her to be a part of this Melbourne Cup. And look, he was a genuine 100-to-1 chance before the draw. He's probably still a $20 or $30 chance, but I think if there's a bit of a jam up at the first corner, he uses the inside to trail Untitled Chapter. He's a very big chance to run top 4. So, look, I think it's going to be tough for him, but the box definitely gives him some kind of help.
And then there's also Tough Tears Molly, who's racing really well at the moment, but Friday night's win was an enormous result.
It was. He gave up the lead and then took it back again. He's a strong animal, having form over 600, and I think it's going to be super hard for him on Friday night, but still he's a dog that has made it through, and you can't knock him for that.
And another one for Team Britain getting into big races as well. Molly's Lounge is not too far away. We've got a fantastic story before the end of the show as well. Stay with us. You're watching Thrill of the Chase. Welcome back to Thrill of the Chase. Very shortly we'll have our market for Friday night's Melbourne Cup, the world's greatest greyhound race, and I'm fascinated to see what that is going to look like. But let's get straight to Molly's Lounge with another special guest.
Thank you very much, Jack. Yes, I'm here with Jess, Hopkins, an eye catcher who we know as Sarge. Now, he's been doing my makeup a little bit for me. I've had plenty of kisses, as we can see now, plenty of kisses. But Jess, first of all, tell me a little bit about Sarge and his owners.
Well, he's actually owned by a group of mates. The manager got the syndicate together, and there is one ring in. Scott, he lives in Hong Kong now. He messaged me the night we bought him and his brother, and we had a share left, so that's how he got in. And I think that's all part of the great part of even training him. I've got a share in him, and win, lose or draw, they're happy. As long as he comes home safe, that's the main thing.
Absolutely. Now, he's had a couple of really nice victories in his time too. I think we're watching a victory of his at Ballarat. How do the owners support him? How do they get around him, especially considering they can't be on track at the moment?
No, it's been hard with COVID, because before that they were driving to Ballarat, Warragul, Hillsville to watch him run, and at the moment, well, they're sort of separated around the state, so it's basically the group chat just erupts when because he's won 8 of his last 11, so it's sort of they call him the ATM, and he's just been a great dog for us. And yeah, as I said, they just love him, win, lose or draw, and it's great training for people like that.
Absolutely. Look, he's really getting his tongue in and around. He's certainly a very friendly boy. But Jess, what I love most about you and why I really wanted to have you on the lounge is that you seem to bring new people into the sport all the time. It's a really important factor of greyhound racing. When people come to you, what advice are you giving them, whether they want to be in a syndicate or whether they want to go out and buy a dog on their own?
Yeah, I think the first thing I say to them is work out what amount of money you have to spend. I do recommend getting a group of mates together, because you can celebrate, even a loss you can celebrate, and just in the beers. And it's work out if you want a race dog or a pup. and then I can help you find whatever you want in your price range. I can even find different trainers to train him if you want them near you. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. You can message me on Twitter. He's syndicate manager and his best mate set up a Jess Hopkins greyhound training Facebook page, which was a bit embarrassing, but you can message that too, and happy to help you out anytime. And yeah, because we do need more people in the sport.
Absolutely. Now, what I love about Sarge, he's a race dog. You'll be racing what? We're thinking in about a month's time back at the track. He's got what they call a monkey muscle injury, which isn't a drastic at all, but he'll be coming back in a month or so. I love that he's been able to transition from onto the track and literally onto this couch.
Yeah, well, that's right. I remember when we first got him from Adelaide, we bought him from Cameron and Yvonne Butcher. He only knew them, so it was a bit like, who are you? But now he just loves everybody, as you can tell, and this is what greyhounds are like. For anyone out there, they do transition very quickly. I've got 2 pets at home myself, and yeah, definitely adopt one if you can.
Absolutely. Jess, thank you and Sarge so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you very much, Molly, and some very interesting information there, I reckon, for those who'd love to get involved in the sport. As we head to the break, we want to share now a story with you about a family whose lives have been changed by greyhound racing.
Matt was born with spina bifida, and they did say that he probably wouldn't walk. Can't get out and have a game of football. His stability's pretty poor, and it's got worse than probably in the last 6 months.
Can't do much. Worst thing I can't do is do much with like sports.
So that's his main hindrance with his disability, but he tries.
I dreamed of having greyhounds for 10 years. When I first fell in love with greyhounds, I was an 8-year-old. I just love the greyhounds. I go to greyhounds every week. Greyhounds are just a great place to meet friends. When I went to greyhounds, I met the trainers.
Matt's always so happy and bubbly and comes and says hello, and a couple of times Win Whistler has won a couple of group races there, and Matt always came in for the photos, and when we realised Matt and his mum were after a greyhound, we really thought he'd be the perfect one for Matt to take. Win Whistler, known as Apache at home, you know, he's really close to our hearts. He's been a great race dog. Matt's got a bit of an affiliation with him. He's probably known him through his racing career as well, so it was a little bit special to have someone such as Matt adopt him.
My greyhound had raced, quiet and calm. I got that all in my new greyhound.
Matt's greyhound Apache is beautiful. He's just so placid, you know, he owns the house. Matt's love for greyhounds is just unbelievable. I think he just loves the greyhounds because they're so laid back and affectionate.
Apache was a great race dog. He was very versatile. He raced from 500 metres to 700 metres. He probably raced the best dogs around in Victoria. He was always in group finals, and he won the Lizarine, and he won 2 Winter Cups at Geelong 2 years in a row as he was sort of getting older to the end of his career.
He ran in 119 races.
Racing, back 40.
He won 20 races. My dog's been a champion at the racetrack.
He was a terrific race dog. He was always very, very competitive, and he liked to win. So he was just one of those dogs that no matter what distance you put him in, he was always competitive.
I lost my brother 18 years ago in a car accident.
Through his own fault, missed the corner and ended up in the canal. The car overturned. But he was a bit of a wayward boy.
My brother would be proud of how I looked after Apache.
Yeah, Justin would have been proud of Matt. He used to always say if anyone picks on him at school, let me know.
My greyhound doesn't care if I have spina bifida.
I think Apache's really happy here.
Thanks for being with us on Thrill of the Chase, all in the lead up to Friday night's Melbourne Cup. And before the break, we saw a fantastic feature story. And Molly, it's one that's touched a lot of people.
Absolutely. I don't think I'm the only person that spent the ad break crying, but I do have a little bit of a mention. GRV's chair, Peter Duncan, did say that she wanted to let Maddie know just how proud she was of him, and she can't wait to see him and Apache, and can't wait to see everyone back at the track as well.
I think it's a story that resonated with all of us. So now that we've got our box draw, let's take a look at what the market looks like for Friday night's Melbourne Cup as well. Trent Langscale from TAB is back. And Trent, now that we've seen the box draw, it looks like Simon told Helen's going to be the big winner.
We emphasised, Jack, how important the box draw was going to be, and that has been the case. Simon told Helen was $4.60 before the box draw took place, and already there's been support. The post-box draw market open for about 10 minutes, $2.70 in the $2.50 already. Shimmer Shine, as a result, $3.40 out to $3.70. And you've got the other feature greyhounds, Tigalong Tonk at $4, then Hardstyle Rico and Tommy Shelby, 6 and 7 respectively. The punter that had 500 at 15 on Simon Told Helen in mid-March. Happy with that box draw.
It's had to wait a little while, but we'd certainly like the look of that. Bold Treese as well while we've got you. That'll be the other feature race that we'll be taking a good look at on Friday night.
That is the other big one there for the stays, and Houdini Boy, extremely impressive in the heat on Friday night. Odds on at $1.80 after drawing box 6. Blazing Cartier will be coming out of box 4 at $5.50. And then you've got the other greyhounds in single figures. Sir Truculent was $51 in the all-in market, is now an $8 chance there. And there's a punter with 500 at 10 on Houdini Boy. That was in late August.
Any major plays, any March plays for the Bold Treese like we had for the Melbourne Cup?
Pretty much, as I said, Houdini Boy was $10 in the pre-nominations market, and then when the heats were determined on Friday, went up $3 all in, and all of a sudden there we've got $1.80 for an up-and-coming stayer.
We said that in the lead-up to this race that we thought Houdini Boy would be hard to beat. Do we still feel that way? Certainly the market reflects that now.
Yeah, look, I'm fairly confident in the Houdini Boy Simon Told Helen double. I think that might be the way to play.
No, I'm not far behind you either. I mean, I don't like the chances of He Shall Power. I don't know whether he's winning, but I certainly think he's a genuine stayer there, and I was really impressed with his run last
I will say as well, Elias Bale was around 300 to 1, I think it was, Trent, at the start of betting, and then after the box draw was around $81. His run last week was extraordinary. He gave Tornado Tears Winburn. I think he's the smoky in the Bold Trees, the rank outsider.
We're going to come back on the other side of this and we're going to wrap up a busy show, and we'll give you our best bets for across the week. It's Thrill of the Chase. Thanks for being with us this morning.
I'm going to Sandown Park today. Race 8, number 3. Better watch out.
Race 8, number 3, did you say?
I did.
Well, I thought we'd try and make this a little more interesting then, because I'm race 8, number 1, Sovereign Win. Do you have a little bottle of wine or something on this one, Trent?
I have to have some sort of side wager, absolutely.
Length and a quarter, Sovereign Wind, who's starting to respond as they turn. Sovereign Wind goes to Better Watch Out and grabbed him right on the line.
Go on, Sovereign Wind. Come on, Sovereign Wind. Trent, what happened?
Oh, thought was there, and then you had your Cosmo Kramer moment just in that off-track betting shop and just got the victory there. Good on you, Jack.
I did, and we did have a little something on, a little cherry ripe, so we'll sort that out after the show, I reckon. This is a family show, so let's get to our best bets. James, new ball is with you today.
Yeah, look, I was dismal last week, so I'm bouncing back, and I've gone 2 for the price of 1, which in betting terms isn't always a good thing, but to get a reasonable price, I needed to put a multi together. Race 7, number 1, Macaulay's Lad at Sandown, into race 9, number 1, Brother Bearing. They're litter mates. I think they're both genuine stars, so we're not just punting them to make $1, we're punting them to enjoy them racing, and I think that multi, we should get around the $1.50, $1.60. So, hey, it's not huge, especially not for 2, but hopefully they both win, and I can say I tipped 2 in 1 week.
Molly, where did you land for today?
Look, I'm going to Sandown as well. Hoffer, race 7, box number 3. Look, I know he's up against Macaulay's Lad. I do like each way. I do want to put in each way. So Hoffer for me, race 7, box 3.
Trent, you're not going to take me on again, are you, surely?
Well, I'm going to race 6 at Sandown Park today. Number 8, Don't Argue Love. Hopefully just pings out of the boxes, and Better Watch Out did win at the Meadows last night, Jack.
He's done it again. I'll also be in race number 6. Let's see if we can make this 2 from 2. I'm with Pair of Nines. Had a nice win at Bendigo recently, and I reckon the Sharp Kennel might just get the job done. Do you win double or nothing?
Why not?
Good. 2 cherry ripes coming my way. We are going to be back on Friday night. We're so excited. We're all going to be there for the greatest greyhound race in the world, the Melbourne Cup. There's our community club sweep. But we are so excited to be on track on Friday night from 7:30 on 7-2. Guys, look forward to it then. See you all on Friday night.
That's it. Can't wait. Going to be huge. Going to be a massive race. And let's go Simon Told Helen, I think.
We'll see you then.